We asked these 5 AIs to choose Real Madrid's all-time best 11 in a 4-3-3 formation. Let's see the AI's decision. We start with the bench. For Grok, the choice was immediate. Miguel Muñoz. The numbers back it up. 357 victories in 14 years as Real Madrid's manager, 9 league titles, and 2 European Cups. No one has won more from the dugout. Grok's vote was clear. But the truly impressive part was this. All the AIs agreed. Miguel Muñoz is, without question, the manager of Real Madrid's all-time 11. Now, let's move to the goalkeeper position. The French AI didn't hesitate. Iker Casillas. 5 La Ligas, 3 Champions League titles, 2 Copa del Rey trophies, and the second most appearances in Real Madrid history. But beyond the numbers, he was the man for the big moments. Impossible saves in finals, lightning reflexes in title-deciding instants. No other AI disagreed. Every single one voted for Iker Casillas. Rightfully, he takes his place as the goalkeeper in Real Madrid's all-time 11. Get tricky, because from this point on, the AIs had very different opinions in some positions. Let's go to the right-back spot, where Grok and DeepSeek went for Chendo, a true club legend. He played 497 matches for Real Madrid, winning 7 league titles and 2 European Cups. But ChatGPT and Gemini preferred Michel Salgado, who made over 350 starts in his position between 1999 and 2009. He won 2 Champions League titles and 4 league titles, and without a doubt, he also deserves the spot. But it all came down to the French AI, who voted for Michel Salgado, joining the team as the right back. We move on to the center backs. For the first spot, Gemini voted for Fernando Hierro, defensive leader in the Champions League and 6-time league champion with over 600 appearances. But not only that, he was also an exceptional attacking weapon from the back, scoring 127 goals, defense and attack in one player. So the rest of the AIs also voted for him. Fernando Hierro secures his place in the team. But for the second center back spot, the AIs couldn't agree. ChatGPT said Manolo Sanchis deserved the position, the academy product who played over 700 matches between 1983 and 2001, captain of 2 different generations. But the French AI thought differently, choosing Jose Antonio Camacho, a defensive icon of the 70s and 80s who won everything with the club. And things got even more interesting when Grok voted for Sergio Ramos, the captain during Madrid's 4 Champions League triumphs with 671 matches and 101 goals. Not bad for a defender. His impact in decisive moments is unmatched. Gemini and DeepSeek agreed with Grok, casting their votes for Sergio Ramos. The captain joins Real Madrid's all-time 11. Before moving into the midfield, it's time to settle the left-back position. Elon Musk's AI was clear. Roberto Carlos, winner of 3 Champions League titles and of 4 league titles, with phenomenal physical power. His blistering pace, impossible shots, and offensive influence redefined what it meant to be a fullback in modern football. ChatGPT, however, leaned towards Marcelo Vieira. 16 seasons at the club, 5 Champions League titles, 6 league titles, and an unprecedented attacking contribution for his role. 41 goals and 101 assists. No one in his position left behind as many highlights and technical skills. 2 legends, 2 styles, 2 eras. And while either could easily fit into the all-time 11 without question, the rest of the AIs were decisive. Roberto Carlos was chosen to take the left-back spot in Real Madrid's all-time 11. We move on to the defensive midfield, and this is where the real chaos began. 5 artificial intelligences, 5 different opinions. ChatGPT went for Casemiro, the tactical pillar of Madrid between 2015 and 2022. Tireless ball winner, key to the team's balance, and a protagonist in no fewer than 5 Champions League titles. Grok chose Claude Makelele, the anchor of the Galacticos, vital in the 2002 Champions League and 2 league titles. His departure in 2003 left the team without balance, and that's when everyone realized how much he contributed. Lachat took a different path. Xabi Alonso, a cerebral-holding midfielder, master of switching play and controlling tempo, won a league title and the 2014 Champions League, playing a key role in Madrid's modern game transition. Gemini brought a classic into the discussion. Fernando Redondo, double European champion with Madrid in 1998 and 2000. Captain and icon of an unforgettable generation. And yes, 4 different names for just one position. DeepSeek had the final say, breaking the tie. It chose Casemiro, securing his place as the most decisive defensive midfielder for Real Madrid in the modern era. We move into the creative area of the midfield. ChatGPT went with Toni Kroos, Madrid's metronome between 2014 and 2024. He dictated play from deep with surgical precision, topping 93% passing accuracy in multiple seasons, and was instrumental in winning 5 Champions League titles. Quiet, yet indispensable. But Grok brought in a name that commands respect: Zinedine Zidane, scorer of the iconic volley in the 2002 final against Leverkusen, European and league champion with Madrid. His vision, technique, and leadership defined an era, even before becoming a legend on the touchline. And this time, there was no debate. The rest of the AIs agreed. The left central midfield spot belongs to Zidane, without question. And now, the other brain of the midfield. ChatGPT voted for Luka Modrić. He arrived in 2012 and was met with skepticism. He was even voted the worst signing of the summer by the press. But over time, he became the orchestrator of the most successful era in modern Madrid history. Ballon d'Or winner in 2018, 5 Champions League titles, and a career straight out of a movie. Grok, on the other hand, went for a homegrown idol. Guti. With 542 matches, 3 Champions League titles, and 5 league titles, his creativity, vision, and class made him an icon. For years, he was the master of the through ball nobody else saw. But Gemini surprised everyone, voting for Alfredo Di Stéfano. While the reasoning was solid, he led the team to its first 5 European Cups, he was placed in a role he never historically played. Di Stéfano was a complete forward, not a central midfielder. So we had 3 votes and 3 different names. But LeChat and DeepSeek were clear and firm. Luka Modrić could not be left out. And with that, he claims the right central midfield spot in Real Madrid's all-time 11. And before moving on to the substitutes, it's time to complete the attacking trio. We start with the right winger, and Elon Musk's AI had no doubts: Cristiano Ronaldo. The club's all-time top scorer with 450 goals in just 438 matches. A figure almost impossible to match. He won 4 Champions League titles, 2 league titles, and 4 Ballon d'Or awards wearing the white shirt. His impact was total: goals, trophies, and a legacy etched into the club's history. And this time, it wasn't just Grok. All the AIs agreed. Cristiano Ronaldo is the right winger in Real Madrid's all-time 11. No discussion. Now, to the other side of the attack, the left winger. Google's AI went for the most decorated Francisco Gento. The only player in history to win 6 European Cups, an icon of Real Madrid in the 1950s and 60s, feared for his speed and ability to beat defenders. But the French AI opted for the present: Vinicius Jr. Already with 2 Champions League titles, 2 league titles, and over 250 matches in the white shirt, he has been decisive in finals and now leads the attack of the post-Cristiano Madrid. And while both had strong arguments, the rest of the AIs didn't hesitate. The choice was Francisco Gento, who takes the left winger spot in Real Madrid's all-time 11. And we arrive at the heart of the box. Grok was the first to raise its hand: Alfredo Di Stéfano, the player who forever changed the club's history. He led the conquest of the first 5 European Cups, was the soul of that legendary team, and defined an era with his versatility, intelligence, and relentless goal scoring. ChatGPT chose Raúl González, the eternal captain. 323 goals in the white shirt, 3 Champions League titles, 6 league titles, and a career built on commitment, leadership, and goals in decisive moments. A modern symbol of Madridismo. But Gemini decided to break the script, voting for Carlos Santillana, a lethal striker in the air, with more than 280 official goals and 9 league titles to his name. However, the verdict was clear. LeChat and DeepSeek also voted for Alfredo Di Stéfano, who takes the center forward spot in Real Madrid's all-time 11. And many greats were left out, but the AI still chose its substitutes. For goalkeeper, there were several options, like Courtois and Ricardo Zamora, but the pick was Keylor Navas. For the next substitute, the AI went with Rafael Varane, 4 Champions League titles and a lethal partnership with Ramos. Next came Marcelo Vieira, the 5-time Champions League winner simply couldn't be left out. In midfield, the most voted was Xabi Alonso, a fundamental pillar of the team. For the creative midfield role, the top choice was Toni Kroos. He couldn't be left out of the squad, even as a substitute. For the backup winger, most AIs chose Raúl González. And yes, he's not a winger, but they picked him because the next substitute also couldn't be missing. While many will say Ronaldo Nazario should have been there, and honestly I agree, the AI left him out. The chosen one was Karim Benzema, Ballon d'Or winner in 2022 and decisive in the 2018 and 2022 Champions League triumphs, the offensive leader after the Cristiano era. Let me know if you agree. But before you go, can you guess this player? He played for both giants of Spain. He scored in Clásicos, lived the pressure of both shirts, and his transfer has never been forgotten. Some remember him for betrayal, others for transformation. Got it? Comment below, subscribe, and hit like. See you in the next More Than Football video.